Hello everyone and welcome back to ILU series, ILU BIM series. So in the previous videos we have seen how we can model this beautiful building in Autodesk Revit. We have seen how we can install windows and different walls, how we can model columns, how we can insert these curtain walls, how we can insert railings, and how we can draw or model roofs and ramps and roads and these beautiful environment and other features like trees, cars, etc. So in this video we are gonna move a little further in this BIM series. First of all, I'm really sorry for being so late, but let's hope the series continues and go till the further levels of BIM. So today we are gonna see sheets, how we can produce different sheets in Autodesk Revit. So for that you can just go to the left side, the project browser, and there you will see sheets, and you can see that we don't have any sheets, as like in structure planes, floor planes, we had different levels and planes and elevations there, but in sheets we don't have any one. So we will add our first sheet. So just right click on the sheet and click new sheet. When you click on new sheet, it will ask you for the title blocks. So you can just select the default title block loaded, or you can just click on the load and insert another title block in your model. And there is another good way of inserting different components in your model is directly from Autodesk library. So for that you have to click on insert, then in the insert you have to click on load Autodesk family. When you click on load Autodesk family, a new window would appear. In this window you would see that there is a browse option where you can select any kind of component which you would like to add in your model. So now we are going to add title block in our model for sheets. So that commands our title block. So just go to the title blocks, and now you have different type of title blocks. So we have A4 per rebar schedule, title blocks A0 metric, title blocks A1 metric, title blocks A2 metric, title blocks A3, and title blocks A4. For instance, we want to work in an A0 model, so I will click on A0 model. We can always change its properties. So I click on this title blocks A0 metric, and I'll click on load. So it will be loaded in your project. So it will take some time to load. Now it is loaded in your project. So all you have to do, go back to the sheets, right click on sheets, click on new sheet, and now you would see that your new title block, that is A0 metric standard, is loaded in your project. So you have to select that sheet layout or title block and then click on OK. So when you click on OK, in the new window in this drawing area, you would see your title block would be loaded in your project. So when the title block is loaded, you have option to drag your floor from here. Just for example, we want our ground floor on this sheet. So we just have to click on the ground floor, left click, and drag it to this window. So just drag your ground floor to here. When I leave the mouse, it will take some time and it will load. So now I have an option where I want to put this. So for instance, I want to put it in the center of this. So I'll click here, and you can see that our model, our actually ground floor, is loaded here in this title block, or actually in this sheet. So what other options do we have here? So you can see here you have this viewport option. When you click on the name, you will have an option like here. You can change it if you just have one viewport. So you can just double click on this and it will be then activated. So now any change you made here, when you want to go out of this view, just click outside of the title block. So now you can see when you want to enter to this view, then you will have all the properties you could see in the general floor plan. So if I go back to the ground floor, all these options which you see here would be available also here when you enter or double click on this viewport. So for instance, if I remove this vehicle from here, just click on delete. When it is removed here, when I go back to the sheet, you could see it is automatically updated here. For instance, if I click on Ctrl Z, and it will insert the same model here. So I have undo my actions, and when I go back to the sheet, you could see it is updated instantly. So this is how instantly things work in Revit. So if you don't want to go to the ground floor for further changes, you could do those changes here too. Just double click here. When I double click here, then I have an option, so I can delete the same car by clicking on it and then clicking delete, or just click this delete button. So it is deleted. Okay, so when now I go back out of this, so now I'm out of the sheet view. When I go back to the ground floor, you could see it is disappeared from here. So this is how things are going to work. So once this is clear, then we can go back to our title block and see what other options do we have. So here we have the revision, description, date. You can change these. I'll talk about this a little later. So you could have an option of code. You could also change it to some other things like name of the project, which is written here, title, the title of this actually sheet, so it is actually named as unnamed. If you go back to the project browser, under the sheets, you could see this is names and unnamed. When I rename it as, for example, the sheet number is 101, and I name it as ground floor. So I have named it at ground floor, and you could see it is updated here. And the project name here is project name, so you could update it from here too. And you also have an option, just go to the manage tab and then go to the project information, and I click on the project information. I will have all these options which are available here in this window too. So the client name here, it's called owner. So for example, we are doing it's for Mr. Molotov. Okay, so I updated it to Mr. Molotov, and the project issue date is here, and here is the project status and the project number, the project name, for example, Mr. Molotov, or we could say Molotov residential unit. So I did these two changes, one I did for the client name and another for project name. I just want to show you how things are going to update in the sheet view when you actually change it in the project information. So that's why I called in the earlier videos to first update your project information, so you could not do all these changes again and again. So when I click on OK, you can see that our sheets are updated like that. So now when you want to make any changes, for instance, if you want this logo not here but here in this corner, so for that you have to click on the title block. Now click on the edit family. When you click on the edit family, the family of this title block would be loaded, and now you have an option of all the options. Like for example, if you want to remove this line, so you could just click on it and click on delete, it would be removed. And when you load this family in the project, in that family you won't have this line. So I'll undo this change, and we wanted this logo on the top of it, so I will just click on this logo and move it to this place. So we could move it like this. And if you want to load something else to this project, so you could just go to the create and not create, insert, and from insert you could import an image. So let's select any random picture. So let me select this picture and let's place it here. So you can see the picture is too big. Let's reduce its size so it can match the size of the box here. And once it's done, you can load this family in your project. So I think it is done here. Now let's click on the load into project, and this family would be loaded into project. So you have to overwrite the existing version, so your family would be updated like this. So now this is updated, and you can see that once we make another sheet, it will be updated itself. So let's create another sheet for the 3D views. Just click on sheets again, click on new sheet, and select the same anatometric standard size. Click on OK, and now you can see the same changes have taken place in this sheet too. So let's give it a name like okay, let's rename it as A102. You can name it anything, like for example, if you want to name it as B101 and rename it as 3D views and sections. Okay, so now if you want to add your 3D views here, so just click on 3D view and drag it here. Now you can place it anywhere in your project. For example, I want to place it here, so I place it like this, and you can see the project is loaded here. You want to load it in the center, you can also load it like this. With your arrows you can move it up, down, and place it completely like this. You can also use the align tools to align it with this wall, this thing, anywhere. Now if you want to add any elevation, for instance, we want to add the east elevation here, so just click on the east elevation, drag it to the drawing area, and leave it like this. So it is updated like this. You see from the east there are um, trees, so we cannot see anything. Let's try to do the south elevation. So let's put it like this. So from the south we also cannot see anything, so these two sides are fixed. So let's delete these two and just add north and west elevation. So this is the north elevation, you can see here, and for the west elevation do the same thing and paste it like this. So now we have these two beautiful views of the building, the west view and the south view, yeah, the north view. So you could also change its view style. So I've made it realistic, so you could see that your building looks like this from this side, and it looks like this from that side. So if you want to add a section here, so for this section let's go to any uh, plan view. So let's go to the ground floor, and for example I want to make a section like this. So just go to this section, or you can also go to the view tab, and here you would see a section tool. So just click on the section tool, click on the start point of the section, and then the second point at the ending of the section. So you could see our section box is created like this. When you if you want to go to the section view, just go to the sections in project browser and click on section number 1. You can see this is our section. You want to put this back in this sheet, so you just have to drag it to the sheet. You drag it, you will have an option like this to place it anywhere you want. So place it like this, double click on it to activate it, and do any changes you want to do. For example, I want to change its color back to realistic. So you can see we have created this beautiful sheet, and all in Autodesk Revit, and it is self-updating. If you change any information, the project information, it will replicate it here. If you want to add another sheet here, you can add it here too. So this is how we work in sheets in Autodesk Revit. So if you have any question, please write it down in the comment box, and do subscribe this channel and follow ILU tutorials for more updates. So in the next video, hopefully we would be starting schedules. So do not miss that video because it is very important how you could use schedules for cost estimation, material takeoff, and the rest of things. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.